You're listening to the Valley Labor Report with David Story and Jacob Morrison.
Folks, welcome back to the Valley Labor Report. My name is Jacob Morrison, here with my co-host David Story. We are coming to you commercial-free, courtesy of the Alabama AFL-CIO. We are talking union, taking your calls. On the line, we've got Jesse. Jesse, sorry I ran you up into the post. Apologize for that. What you got for us?
That's no issue. First of all, I just wanted to, go out and say, solidarity with Amazon workers. And then second of all, I am a wobbly organizer in Northern Virginia, and the biggest problem I face when going about, recruiting people and getting people to come about and join the big wobbly cause is, the major issue of convincing people why they need to dual card or why they should dual card with their union and then the IWW. And then, I guess, not to go too much into that, but how would you suggest circumnavigating that issue?
Yeah, so I actually wrote an article in the Industrial Worker called "The Case for Dual Carding." You can still find that. It's archived online if you go to industrialworker.org, which is that is the IWW's publication. And so there are a couple of things that I said in the case for dual carding. David and I are both dual carders. We're both members of our business unions and the IWW. And I think and the things that I mentioned are that dual carders bring, in my view, this is not necessarily... It's not the view that every wobbly has. I'm not totally sure about the popularity of it, but it's not a view that every wobbly has. But I think dual carders bring a certain amount of experience and expertise. People that have been in business unions and that know the way that they organize. I think they bring a certain amount of experience and expertise to the IWW that is valuable and that we can learn from on both sides, whether that be, I'm coming to the IWW and here are some things that my business union does that maybe we shouldn't do, or on the other side, here's some things that my business union does that we should do. And I think there are things on both sides of that coin, and so I think for the value to the IWW, I think that's a big value there. For the value to the dual carder, that is maybe a bit less clear. But I think for people that are really involved and really active in their unions, I think the value is to contribute to organizing that your business union doesn't do. There are a lot of workers out there that they're not going to be catered to as often by the business unions, like bartenders or fast food workers, or there are a lot of retail workers that folks that some of the bigger unions just won't organize, and the IWW will. And so if you're passionate about organizing workers, helping the working class, things like that, that's why I got into it. It also can function as a sort of militant unionist network in your area for solidarity and for networking and for tactic discussions, okay, here's something that I did to try to democratize my business union, try to make my business union more militant. Here's something that I tried to get the membership more activated. Maybe you could try this over in your business union as well. And so I think it functions good as a network for solidarity, a network for learning each other's tactics and building that kind of information network. And but the biggest thing for me, and which is I think this is the type of people that you want in the IWW to be dual carders. The biggest thing for me is the ability to organize workers that a lot of folks see as unorganizable. And so that's the biggest thing for me. And then, and you can find, I laid all that out maybe a bit more a bit more kind of eloquently in my article, I hope. I'll
say this, because if you're trying to bring in dual carders in your union into the IWW, for me, the biggest win point is democratizing your union, because as anybody that's been in a business union knows, there's a lot of gatekeeping that goes on. There's a lot of hidden information that paid staff don't want you to be privy to, because they're protecting what they consider their job. Because once they start becoming employed by the union, they look at that as their job, and many of them then they negotiate contracts with the union. So there's a lot of that that's going on, and the IWW stands in complete opposition to that type of gatekeeping, and they are very democratically organized and very egalitarian, and they work side by side, not as leaders and followers. And that's why I hate this term union leader. I'm not I may be the president of my union, but I'm not a union leader, because everything that comes out of our union meetings is voted on by the membership, and I must fulfill the membership's wishes. And when we start thinking that we can pull the membership one way or the other is when it becomes personal agenda things, and it's literally the most detrimental thing that could happen to the union. So I believe that the IWW, as a dual carding in typical and traditional business unions, brings that egalitarian and democratic spirit back to what the union's original intent was, and that is the organization being all of the membership and extremely democratic. Did that answer your question, brother?
Yeah, it does pretty well. Thank you so much. I just gotta say, you guys are great. You host an amazing show. Mr. Morrison, we gotta get you back down to Fredericksburg sometime soon. Hope you have a wonderful day, and solidarity.
All right, brother. Appreciate it. Thanks for the call. Go to thevalleylaborreport.org and get yourself a hat. We have got new hats now. New hats from a new vendor. I like them better personally. There's a few reasons. For one, the biggest reason, we've got the Union Bug right here. If you're watching on the stream, we've got the Union Bug right there on the front of the hat, right beside our logo.
Let me see the hat.
Let you see the hat. It's really, really nice. I like it a lot. David's showing it off, making me expose my hat head to the world.
Your hair looks wonderful.
It's great. You do not, contrary to the pictures that David tweeted out, you do not have to wear it as a flat bill. I don't know what has gotten into him, but
you can if you want to go.
If you want to look absurd.
I thought that was a thing.
Yeah, I told David when he tweeted that picture out, I was like, man, I haven't worn a flat bill since I was like 12.
Dude, I see maybe it's because I'm like listen to a lot of rap, but
maybe I don't know.
I see everybody in the scene wearing these.
I don't know. I look absurd when I wear a flat bill. So
well, I think everybody does, but regardless, I never wore them when they were in style. So I thought it was absurd then. But
yeah, and like the structure of the hat, we had a smaller run with another shop a while back. And we did switch vendors. The structure of this hat is just better. I think it's a different material, and I like it better. It's in my opinion, it's a better hat. And you can go to our website, thevalleylaborreport.org, snag you one of them. They are $35 with shipping, so that's $35 and that's it. We'll ship it to you wherever you are. It's great. I love it. I am very, very happy with the hat, and so you should snag one while you can. So thanks for tuning in, folks. Here's an announcement right at the top. The North Alabama DSA is holding a necessities drive every Saturday. every Saturday. That means this Saturday, too, from 3 to 5 p.m. at the IBEW Local 558 Union Hall on Clinton Avenue here in Huntsville, right across from Yellowhammer and Campus 805. So if you're in the area, you want to drop off some clothes, some non-perishable food items, blankets, then swing by the IBEW Union Hall, right across from Yellowhammer and Campus 805 from 3 to 5 p.m. this Saturday and every Saturday. All donations will be forwarded to the Manna House. Follow at DSA North Alabama on Twitter for more information. If you want to see what we're up to throughout the week, get our snide quips about the news of the day, then you should follow us on social media. We're on Facebook at facebook.com/The Valley Labor Report. We're on Twitter at Labor Reporters. I'm on Twitter at JacobM_AL. David is on Twitter at Radical Unionist. That's spelled RADICL Unionist. If you missed part of the show and want to go back and watch it later, you can search YouTube for The Valley Labor Report and subscribe to our channel. You can go back and watch the full show there, and we also clip segments throughout and release those throughout the week. So if there's one thing that you might be interested in, you can go back and see all the topics that we've talked about in the past. We also upload the program on more than 11 different podcasting apps. So to see if we are on your listening platform of choice, go to thevalleylaborreport.transistor.fm/subscribe. We do now have a website, thevalleylaborreport.org. Going to talk more about that in just a second. And finally, if you appreciate our work and want to help us stay on the air, consider throwing us a couple dollars a month on patreon.com/The Valley Labor Report.